So here we are in a brand new Minecraft world, but it looks as if we've got some company. And it looks as if we've got some sort of zombie virus. But as you can see, this is a mutated zombie virus, and judging from these guys' eyes, it looks as if we have got the .exe virus back once more. Now, if you've watched my channel over the years, you know that we've had a lot of run-ins with these .exe virus zombies, but this time, these guys are a little bit more prepared. They're a little bit stronger, they're a little bit faster, and they're a little bit smarter. Don't get me wrong, they're still super dumb, but this is where we are going to try and survive for 100 days. It is hardcore mode, so it's going to be pretty difficult, and between me and you, yeah, there's a few close calls. But anyway, this is 100 days in Minecraft.exe Zombie Apocalypse.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Flight 296. Skies are clear, and hope you enjoy the flight. Although we will be running into some weather in about 30 minutes, so fasten those seatbelts. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, your captain speaking again. Again, fasten the seatbelts as it's going to be a bumpy ride. Wait, Johnson, what are you doing? No! Get off me! I've been attacked by the co-pilot. Everybody remain calm. Something's not right. No.
Alright, so here we go. It was day one, and as you can see, I was aboard that plane that just crash landed. I was injured and alone. There were no other passengers or a pilot, which was kind of strange. Thankfully, I found myself some steak and some purified water in these chests. And then just one second, guys. I kind of had to, oh yeah. Alright, back to it. I found these chests that were password protected. I obviously couldn't get in because I didn't have the password, but I was able to escape the plane from the cockpit as it seemed to be damaged. I got out and discovered that I was in some sort of a city landscape, but I was in a desert biome, which was not good for my situation. As you can see, I have a temperature symbol over my hotbar. I have to monitor my temperature at all times. So that's going to be a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. I started off by doing the obvious thing and punching myself a tree, because that's what you do in a 100 days of Minecraft video. I made myself some sticks and some wooden tools, but then I had to hide under this tree because I was getting super hot. I needed to take some shade. And because I was super hot, I wasn't thinking straight. I went over to the plane and tried to mine some of the materials. Yeah, I tried to mine a solid iron block with a wooden pickaxe. Oof. Yeah, that wasn't a really good start to my day one, but I got over and got myself an upgrade and got some stone tools. Yeah, I probably should have tried to get the iron with the stone tools. Yeah, so that's what I did. I went back over and did actually get myself a block of iron, which was nice. I sheared some sheep. Try to say that like loads of times really fast. Sheared some sheep. Sheared some sheep.
That you had.
Anyway, and then I got myself into this little cave and decided that, yeah, I don't want to be out there for too much longer. I've got to get myself to bed. And I also noticed that my water was going down, so I had to drink some of that, well, purified water. It's super annoying. I have to worry about drinking water and staying at the right temperature for the whole of this video. It's gonna be tough. And then this happened. I didn't go to bed, and I started mining because I heard something, and my first encounter with a .exe zombie. Oh my days, that was sketchy, but thankfully I was able to take him out. Okay, so it was pretty evident after day one that I was going to have to be pretty quick in organizing myself over the first couple of days, so I got out and got to work. I got myself some more wool from some nearby sheeps, and I went into this building to see if I could find anything. Got myself some books, an anvil, and a furnace. I was looking around, and thankfully I didn't really see any more zombies, and I found some cows to get some food. But as you can see from my hotbar, I was extremely hot. This temperature thing was giving me some headaches, man. It was crazy. My inventory was a mess already and I was running out of the water. Not good, but at least I had a lot of food. Then I realized I could craft this thing. It was a rain collector, so I start getting some materials ready for that, and I also realized that I could make these charcoal filters, which would help filter my water. Did I just say filter? Yeah, okay, anyway, let's move on from that. I also made some of this wool armor and some iron armor with what I had mined so far. I upgraded my pickaxe as well to an iron pickaxe. I went out to get more wool so I could make more of that wool armor, but honestly, I didn't really need it. That was for basically keeping warm in snowy biomes, but as you can see, it is super hot around here and it hasn't rained yet. Spoiler alert, it doesn't rain for days upon days, weeks upon weeks. It was crazy. But as you can see, I was using the filters to change this regular bottled water into the purified water. I then decided to head inside some of the buildings to see if I could find anything. Found this chest that, well, had a saddle and some seeds. Wasn't really gonna need any of that. And I made myself a bucket so I could finally make this rain collector thing. Super pointless. I was in a desert. It's not gonna rain. Anyway, I then was able to make a water canteen which held more water than the regular bottles and purify that. I then discovered that I had vein mining, which was super handy because you know me, I just mining, just block after block. Vein mining is so much fun. It's not cheating, it's just fun, okay? Leave me a comment down below if you think it's cheating, because I'll ban you from my channel. I won't, that's a lie. Anyway, I then decided to make my little cave home a little bit more secure. I gave it a door and I made a little stairway down to the ravine that I had just found, and then I finally got myself some rest. Good morning, Minecraft. It was day 5 and I was feeling good, but I made myself a shield because outside there was a swarm of .exe infected zombies. These things were insane, but like I said, they were pretty dumb and they kind of got stuck in the water, so I was able to take them all out. All their dead bodies just start bouncing around the water as well. I had some fun with that. Anyway, I used the remaining iron I had to make myself an iron sword and an iron pickaxe, and I went and did some mining. There were a lot of different ores in here that I didn't really know if I needed, so I just grabbed what I could. I then saw a door down in this ravine, and it turns out there was an archaeologist down here. Pretty cool. He had a trade of 12 bones for an emerald, but honestly, I just kind of totally forgot about this guy, and that's all we see of him. I think his name was Trevor. Everybody go say hi to Trevor in the chat. Anyway, I just kept on mining, seeing if I could find some cool stuff. Like I said, I was finding some strange ores, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to need any of this stuff, but I mined it up nonetheless. And then I was able to use some of the iron that I had just mined to finally finish my armor. I now had a full set of iron armor, a shield, and an iron sword. Got myself another pickaxe because they kept on breaking, but I was feeling good about my progress. I moved my bed because once again there were a lot of zombies outside. Alright, so we were on to day 6 and I knew that I was going to need as much resources as I could get my hands on if I was going to survive this early part of our adventure. So I went down into the ravine and just got as much stuff as I could. Redstone, iron, lapis, everything that I could find, I mined it up. And then I ran into this. It was a spawner, and boom, out came a load of .exes and a witch. I ran, got some cover, and kind of just waited for them to disperse because there was a lot of them and I didn't think I was ready for that kind of action. Now that I had some diamonds, I made a diamond pickaxe and got some obsidian, but I did have to be wary of my temperature at all times because I was near a lot of lava down there. Anyway, I made myself a little furnace area because I did get a lot of ores down there that needed to be smelted, but again, I had to stay on top of my hydration. I went out exploring then the next day, but it was just getting so hot. The sun was burning and I was burning up. I had to jump into this pool for a couple of minutes to try and cool down. It wasn't really working though. I was burning up. It was insane, but I had to just keep on persevering. I kept on mining what I could see and basically taking shelter when I needed. Eventually I did get back home and start smelting up some of the stuff that I had just mined, and again regulating my temperature with more water. It was so much work, it was so much hassle. Anyway, I did have a lot of cobble, turned it into stone, made myself some stone bricks because I did want to make myself some sort of bunker. I needed a survival shelter, so that was kind of on my mind. When I was out, I noticed that there were some chests close by the plane up on these roofs. Inside contained pieces of paper with some codes on. And then I remembered, from day one, we saw that there was some coded chests in the back of the plane, so I went and opened them up. Inside, I found turret bases and railgun turrets. Interesting. In the second one, I found more of the bases, and this time I found some gun turrets as well. I was going to be... Oh yeah, wait, one sec. Sorry. It's right here. I have to use them when it's right there. But anyway, I was going to be able to use those things for, well, defenses. I made some of the ammo. These were slugs. We'll get to that again when we start using them, but I ended up being out in the middle of the night, and this was not good. As you can see, there were EXE zombies everywhere and a lot of mobs. Finally, I made it back to my house with half my health. I pretty much had to hide for a while, but it just shows being out at night is not good. So I got my bearings and we went into day 14. I did find a nice location. It seemed like it was basically a park and it had a nice walled area around it, so I thought that this would be a perfect location to make my base / bunker / survival home / zombie apocalyptic survival. Anyway, I dug out the ground because I kind of wanted it to be underground for more protection. I then put a floor in with this wood. Yeah, very nice. I'm gonna be honest, I don't build that much, but for some reason this was extremely satisfying. I really liked building this place and I think it turned out pretty well, so yeah, this is just basically me doing it. There, more floor going down, yeah. I put gravel down here because I had a lot of gravel, and I don't know why I did that because I realized it kind of looks terrible, but I used my stone bricks on most of the wall, and it was starting to come together somewhat, but I wasn't really happy with it. I ended up making myself a little enchantment area, which is nice as well. I had 6 bookshelves, so I did need to get myself some more. I went back to my original cave home and picked up all the furnaces and some of the other stuff that I might have needed. I got myself some more blocks and start building the bunker kind of roof area, and I've got to be honest, I was super happy with how this thing was turning out. So the building continued into day 20. I decided to get rid of that gravel because it was gross, and I put down some stairs because I thought it looked kind of cool. I did have a lot of slabs to try and make like a second floor type of a situation, and I put down some iron bars for more protection. I was getting all of my slabs from a nearby road, which was super handy because I just had to mine them up and then I had the materials I needed, so I used this to create my roof as well. Like I said, people, I mean, this building is turning out pretty nice. Smash like rating. Anyway, I had to keep on monitoring my little heat situation as well, which was super annoying because I was getting so hot because I was working so hard. Anyway, I made the roof look pretty cool, and again, I was super happy because this thing was looking awesome. I then had a bit more time, so I decided to make this tower, which, well, again, is awesome. Have I mentioned that my house little thing here that I'm making is awesome? Yeah, okay, I am proud of this thing. I'm not really sure why. I mean, it's not the biggest thing you've ever seen. I just think it looks cool. Anyway, the next day, I basically finished it off. I made a little roof area on my tower, and I was thinking, well, this has to be super secure, so again, I put down some more iron fences, and there it was. It was complete. I also had my rail guns down, but I wasn't really sure how to power those things, so we will come back to that. Anyway, I could see that there was something underneath my base, and I went down to explore. Turns out there was a train track down here. It looks as if there was a subway system. So I secured it up and made a little ladder down to it. That was going to be interesting. I also made myself a little bedroom and placed down my water collector, even though we're 3 weeks in and it hasn't rained yet. Yeah. I made a little bookshelf because I had some leftover books, and then decided to make myself some minecarts because I wanted to go exploring in my new subway system. Anyway, we headed on out, and honestly, I didn't really know where I was going, but we headed south, and I had to break a couple of blocks basically to make the tracks go where I wanted them to. So yeah, that took a bit of time, but I mean, I was having fun. I was in a subway all alone, and I didn't know where I was going. It was adventure, people. It was adventure. I ended up actually back where I started originally, and I went into my little base. When I was just playing around, I discovered I could actually make some pretty cool weapons, so I made this thing. It was some sort of a huge battle axe, and it did like 10 damage and had a good bit of range, so I was happy with that. Anyway, we continued on, and I had my little furnace area, so I made myself some food, and I went exploring in some of the nearby buildings to get more books so I could go ahead and make more bookshelves to in turn make my max level enchanting area. You love to see it. So the bookshelves went down, and there it was. I had my enchanting area, so it was time to enchant some stuff. I got my diamond pickaxe, which was actually nearly about to break, but I enchanted it anyway, and I got unbreaking and efficiency 3, so I decided to go test that thing out, and thankfully I did find some more diamonds eventually. In the meantime, I actually got the iron pickaxe and upgraded that because I was afraid that the diamond one would break. I made myself some ladders so it was easier to get down into the ravine, and like I said, I did find the diamonds eventually, so I was going to be able to, well, fix my diamond pickaxe. We went back upstairs to my base and did so. Ah yeah, we were achieving now, and I was liking it a lot. We did have that ravine right below us, and it was giving us some good stuff. But that night, a horde of the EXE zombies found my base. They were coming at me hard, so I decided to just go back down into the mines and explore because it was a little safer down here. Funnily enough. Anyway, I found this weird kind of underground dungeon temple thing. There were some chests in here with some gunpowder and gold. There was also some enchantment books, but they were kind of weird and I didn't really know how to use them, so I took them, but never really used them, to be honest. This place was kind of cool, but then I got back up, made myself another pickaxe, and I also made a farm outside, probably way later than I should have made it. But at least now I was gonna have some emergency food. So over the next week, I did in fact get a lot done. Now that I had a good pickaxe, I went down into the ravine that was below our base once more, and it was yielding a lot of stuff, which was nice. I got some lapis, some more iron, but more importantly, we went on the hunt for diamonds, and boy did we find diamonds. This first vein gave me like 8, but I kept on going, and again, I just kept on finding more, which was great. I mean, yes, this is instant for you because you can just see me getting the diamonds, but I did spend a couple of days looking for these things, but thankfully I did find a lot. I had enough to make myself a full set of diamond armor. I went ahead and smelted up all of the other stuff that I got, and I decided I wanted to start working on how to make my rail guns outside that were going to give me a lot of protection, well, how I was going to power them up. So I did see this thing that, well, it was called a power source or power supply thing or something, and power expander. So I made that, and I was thinking, yeah, maybe that gives it power, but no, nothing. It just gave it more space for power. Then I started getting attacked by something invisible. I was getting freaked out, so I just went back into my base. I spent a bit of time, well, making my new armor and enchanting it because I was excited about this. My chest plate got cooling. This was big. This was huge. This was meaning that I wasn't going to overheat as easily with my diamond armor. So I was super happy with that, and I got enchantments on each piece. So I now had a full set of enchanted diamond armor, which was awesome. I also made this. Ooh, my days! It was a gigantic diamond broadsword absolute smasher. This thing did 12 damage, so I was super happy with that. Eventually, I did figure out that you could make a solar panel for the turrets. So with a lot of materials, I was able to go ahead and make that, and I was thinking, well, this has definitely got to power up my unit. I went out, put it on, but of course it was at nighttime, so it didn't do anything. Yeah, RoPo. I waited till the next day, and look, it was powering up. I was super happy, so I made more of the ammo, which were slugs, and I made another solar power panel for the other gun. I now had some serious defense power outside my base, which was absolutely epic. I did find another one of these dungeon things, but there wasn't much down there. But thankfully it led me in the direction of more delicious diamonds. I did a little bit of strip mining and found more diamonds again and some gold and some other stuff, so that's what I did to finish out those couple of days. Alright, so we were pushing on and things were getting interesting. My base was pretty secure and I had some guns outside and I was getting my stuff enchanted. It was time for the longsword, great sword thing. I got fire aspect on that, which was super cool. I finished off my farm and then I went out with some of the hay to get myself a lovely little horse. I had some horse armor and some saddles, so I ended up getting 2 of these guys. They were named, George and Tiernan Oak. Yeah, that's an Irish thing. If any of you guys are Irish, you might know that. Probably not because you're too young. Okay, forget about what I just said there. Anyway, I got back and I was checking out the rail guns. They had moved position and there were a couple of slugs missing, so that means they were working and probably killing some mobs, so happy days. I ended up getting myself some sugarcane because I did need to make more paper because paper was needed to make those filters, which kept me hydrated. I also came across some sheep and slayed them because now that I had fire aspect on my sword, it was cooking the food instantly. A big win. So as you can see, I slept outside that night because I was doing a little bit of traveling because I had to find myself a swamp biome. As you can see from my map, I traveled for a seriously long time on my horse Tiernan Oak. Eventually we found a little biome area that was higher than usual, so it did have some snow on top, but instantly I got so cold. The hypothermia was setting in and I was actually in serious trouble. I was taking damage. I had to get down inside the mountain and put down a bucket of lava to try and heat myself back up. I was so worried about the whole being hot thing that I forgot about the whole being cold thing. Oh man. But the reason that we found a swamp area was to find these guys. We needed to find slimes so we could kill them and get slime balls. Because if we wanted to get the armor that cools you down, we had to get these things. They were like slime ingots made out of slime balls and ice cubes. Oh man, yeah. It was a little bit of hassle, but that's what I did for those couple of days. But then we went into the next. The mission was on to basically find ice cubes, and I could not find any water anywhere that was frozen. So I had to go to the top of this mountain and basically make a little snow area with water inside to create an ice block. I then broke the ice block and got myself an ice cube. Yeah, I needed about 30 or 40 ice cubes just to get a start on this. I needed lots, so I just had to keep on doing this. It took a serious amount of time, but eventually I had 8 ice cubes and I was able to go ahead and make some of these slime things. I mean, you're not guaranteed an ice cube every time you break an ice block, so I literally spent a crazy amount of time up on top of this hill, waiting for water to freeze, and then breaking the ice, and then not getting ice cubes, and then sometimes getting ice cubes, and then making more water areas, and I was up here for a long time, people, just to get ice cubes. I mean, come on, there has to be a store around here where I can just go in and buy ice cubes. But eventually, anyway, I was able to make some of these boots and a helmet for these jelly slimed little armor thing here. Okay, basically if I wear the jelly slime armor, it will cool me down and it will allow me to go to the nether. This isn't just fun here, people. This is a process that needs to be done. It did take a long time. As you can see, I changed up my process and eventually I was able to get the full set of this jelly slime armor. It did take about 4 or 5 days, but worth it in the end because now I had this armor, I was going to be able to go to the nether. We all know how hot the nether is, so this armor is going to provide a little bit of protection. We also all know how scared I am of the nether, so I needed every little bit of help that I could get. As you can see from the map here, I was a long way from home, so it did take me a while to get back. But eventually, home sweet home, I was back. And this time I did actually wait up to see if my guns worked. Oh, and they did. Those things are absolutely epic. Took out that EXE Zombie in one shot. I put away my new armor and went and got some well-deserved rest. But everybody knows there's no time for rest when you are in the middle of an apocalyptic zombie war zone. So I woke up and got my new armor enchanted. jelly slime armor. Yeah, you never really think you're gonna be wearing jelly slime armor, but this stuff was going to be my new armor. I got it enchanted and honestly it actually looked kind of cool, so I was happy with it. So I headed outside to make myself a lovely little nether portal. Actually looks kind of cool. I like it. I used a lot of copper because I had nothing else to use the copper for. Anyway, we got in and instantly I was overheating. This jelly slime armor was, well, it was working a little bit, but not as good as I had hoped. I mean, if I was going to traverse my way around this nether, I was going to need something extra, so that's what I did. I went outside and made a cooling coil and a block of redstone to power it. I also made myself a thermometer, but yeah, I didn't really use that. I knew it was hot. I didn't need the thermometer to tell me it was hot. I mean, it was unbelievably hot. I put down the cooling coil and it gave me some time to be able to get cool and then go do some things that I needed to do. I got myself to a fortress, headed straight in there to try and find some blazes so I could get some blaze rods, and before you knew it, I had one. And that second one, well, fell away and I didn't get it. But then I got hit with some fire and instantly start overheating, so I had to go back to the coil to cool down. It was a whole process. I could only spend a couple of minutes at a time out in the heat of the nether. But I managed to get myself down to a spawner and I was able to get more of the blaze rods. I also got myself a wither skeleton skull, but it was super dangerous down here and I had to keep my wits about me. Eventually, I got back home, and lo and behold, halfway through, it started raining. Oh, I couldn't believe it. It was finally raining. I didn't have to worry about the sun any longer. But then these crazy zombie horsemen spawned, and I basically just ran inside and let my turrets take care of those guys. Oh, dude. Anyway, I put the rest of the rain collectors down and I was eventually able to get some purified water straight from these things. Ah, so much easier. Anyway, we rolled into the next day and I decided it was time to make more canteens because I needed more water if I was going to be in the nether. I wasn't quite finished in there yet, so I headed back in to try and get some more blaze rods. This is when things got really scary. I was down to 2.5 hearts. I got super lucky. I was able to get back inside my little safe zone and, well, cool down once more and head out to get more of the blaze rods so I could turn them into blaze powder. My little mission was complete and it was time to head home, but before I did, I needed to grab myself some of these little magma cube pieces. Alright, now that we are into the second half of our 100 days, we are going to speed things up a bit because honestly I did a lot of laborious tasks like this one, basically just killing as many zombies and stuff as I could to get more XP so I could upgrade my weapons. Here I got my bow with some flame and some knockback, and then I found an infinity enchantment book which was absolutely huge. I never have to worry about arrows again. Oh yes, oh yay. Anyway, I then headed back to the plane to get some more materials and I decided to get more ammo and basically make little pedestals for my turrets. Each corner of my compound is going to have an epic gun to blast all the zombies and in turn make my compound unbelievably secure. So this was pretty fun and in the end I thought it looked pretty epic. I then went ahead and upgraded my tools so I could go on the hunt for more flint so I could make more weapons. In the meantime, I actually got myself some ender pearls and turned them into eyes of ender because I was going to have to go to the end soon. As you can see there that I did make more ammo, but then I decided, hey, why not? Let's head out and see if we can find the stronghold. Now yes, this is edited down, and let me tell you, this is edited down a lot. You have no idea how far away this place is. Oh yeah, and you see this right here? My horse disappeared. Where Tiernanog? Where did he go? Absolutely no idea. He just vanished. I had to keep on reminding myself that I was overheating and I had to use the coil. I tried to use the railway system for a while. I mean, guys, you don't understand. This stronghold was miles away, but finally I did get there and I had finally found it. Got myself some nice enchantment books while I was there, but again, I don't know what it is with me and strongholds. It took me forever and a day to actually find the portal. I mean, I felt like I was in here for like 3 or 4 days. Like, check me out here. I was actually mining and finding other stuff before I actually found this thing. And lo and behold, it only had one Eye of Ender. Again, it took me about, 3 or 4 days to get home, but when I actually did, I was pooped. It was time to get some rest. That was a crazy couple of weeks. But obviously my little rest situation did not last too long. The next day I woke up, fixed my tools and my armor, but that night we had a bit of a test. It looks as if a horde had found the base and it was time for them to attack. This was pretty insane. It wasn't the blood moon that I was fearing. That was gonna come up on day 99. Basically, we are aiming towards the EXE Blood Moon that will be almost impossible to overcome, but that was a good test on those nights. I decided to make myself a new shield, a diamond shield this time. This thing was pretty sick because I did have to be as prepared as I possibly could be. In saying that, it was time to go back to the Nether. I met this guy, a ghost. Well, since when? What mod is he? Like, super weird. I also found this, blocks of blood that turned into flesh. Again, what is happening? But basically, I was down in the Nether for Nether Wart. I grabbed as much as I could and headed back out. Again, I edited that down like super fast. I was in there for ages. Anyway, I got back and used the Nether Wart to go ahead and make myself some potions. I actually discovered that I could make these heat resistance potions. Man, they would have been nice in the Nether. But I made the other stuff as well, like strength potions. I made potions of swiftness, basically just getting everything that I would need for this end battle. Not the end battle in the end against the dragon, I mean the end battle against these crazy .exe zombies. And once again, I made sure that my armor was fully repaired, I got ready with the potions, and I thought, hey, it's time to get back to the stronghold so we can go to the end and take on this ender dragon. But as you know, it's absolutely miles away. As you can see in the top right hand corner of the map, I have it marked E for Ender Portal. And yeah, this time I decided to go underground because I thought it would be a little bit safer. It wasn't really, and it felt like it took me forever and a day to actually get there, but I did manage to kill some Endermen along the way because I did need more pearls. I thought it was going to be easy to get the pearls, but you know me, anytime I want something, Minecraft just makes it exceedingly difficult for me to get it. Here I am killing an Enderman. He didn't drop a pearl. This went on for a very long time, but eventually I was able to get a few. I mean, this guy, I was fighting him, and then he just disappeared. I had to go back overground and try find more. But finally, I did. And then I was one short. Yeah! Seriously? Man, I had to go at it again. Found another Enderman. This guy actually put up a good fight. Took off 4 hearts, but I got his pearl. And it was time. It was day 80, and I was able to open the end portal. A beautiful sound, and I thought I was ready. Man, it was actually finally time. We were gonna take on the dragon, defeat him, and get all of that delicious XP. Because I want to use the XP to make sure I have the best weapons, the best armor, and the best of everything to take on this crazy EXE zombie horde. Alright, so here it was. I was in the end. I was popping these shots like Katniss Everdeen, and man, this was super easy. Well, I thought it was until I ate all of my golden apples and almost ran out of food. It was actually pretty intense. I had to be smart because, yeah, he sent me flying and I was down to half my hearts. I had to just chill for a bit and conserve my food, but eventually I was able to get under this guy and take him out. It was done. The Ender Dragon was no more and his delicious XP rained down from the heavens and I was able to gobble it all up. Oh, dude, I love XP. This is probably my favorite part of Minecraft. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that was it. I was done. I grabbed the Ender Dragon egg, and it was time to head back home. Roll the credits. There it is. I finished Minecraft. But that wasn't the end goal, people. We know what the end goal is. We've got EXE zombie hordes on the way with a blood moon. It's going to be insane, so we had to get prepared. I used all the books that I had and a lot of my experience to try and get some good enchantment books so I could upgrade my armor and my weapons. I had this incinerary thing. I mean, that sounds very fancy. Incinerary, it's gonna make things go on fire. But I had no idea what to apply it to, so I just wasted experience on it and whatever, yeah. Anyway, I had fun doing this for a while because, I mean, it's like a little game. It's exciting. You don't know what you're gonna get. And then you realize you didn't really get anything that cool and you wasted like 25, 30 experience on it. Anyway, I was able to upgrade my bow a little bit and some of my armor, so I suppose it was all right. I then realized that I did have a treasure map, and honestly, I spent a couple of days going to get this, and it probably wasn't worth it. I mean, I got a couple of diamonds and a couple more enchantment books, but yeah, I mean, I probably didn't have to do that, but I'm glad I did. I mean, diamonds. Everybody loves diamonds, right? Aye, people, we are getting there. It was day 88, and I knew that Blood Moon EXE Zombie Horde was going to be on its way, so I decided I wanted to make myself some more defenses. And the defenses I was gonna make was a rocket launcher, because I mean, that's super fun. Anyway, I start making this thing, thought it was gonna be easy, and then realized that I didn't have enough materials, and I was like, ah! But eventually I went mining, got the stuff that I needed. It was more diamonds, some other stuff, but I did actually make a rocket launcher. So I mean, this is gonna be sick. You guys you're gonna be excited for this. I made some TNT, I made some ammo being rockets, and I went out to one of the turrets and placed down the launcher on the side. Ooh, this turret is absolutely sick. I then put the rockets inside and went back in and made some slugs and some bullets as well. I also made myself some fireworks because it was now time to get back to the end, go to an end city, and try find some elytra. I pretty much straight away found myself a little city with a tower, but there was no floating ship, which was extremely disappointing. Now, I know I'm going on about, this took me forever and this took ages, but oh my goodness, guys, you have no idea. I searched around this end for so long to try find a ship. I mean, it was almost 800 or 900 blocks away from the portal that I came in at, but eventually I did get myself some elytra, some other armor, and some diamonds and stuff like that along the way. But yeah, a good couple of days were spent in here, and thankfully I remembered to get myself the dragon head, because I mean, it's a dragon head, it looks awesome. I put it on and I decided to fly back to the portal because it took me so long to get there on my feet. It was so good to fly across the sky, looking like a dragon. I mean, look how awesome I look now. Yeah, let's go, let's go. All right, but I was getting kind of nervous because we were getting towards the end. Okay, I mean, I have everything I need. I should be prepared. I mean, it's just zombies. It's gonna be fine, right? It was day 97, and I put down the head, and basically I was trying to make a big dragon scarecrow to scare off the zombies. It didn't really work. I got prepared by making myself some more golden apples and some more water. Just made sure that I have everything I need, and I would be prepared for this. So on day 98, the sun went down and the moon came up and it was red, and I knew it was time. No, this is not gonna be good. But I mean, there was nobody around. But then the gunshots start going off and I thought, oh, okay, it's starting. And then out of nowhere, there were .exe zombies all over the place. You could hear the turrets going crazy. Rockets, bullets, slugs, absolutely everything firing out at these things, at all the mobs, and more importantly, all those crazy red-eyed zombies. The fight was on, and I've got to be honest, it was intense. I kept the elytra on so I could get out of there at a moment's notice, but I mean, it was insane. They just kept on coming. I was running out of bullets, I was running out of slugs, I had to try get back inside to make more. But when I did, I basically couldn't get back out again. These guys swarmed the entire building and they were coming at me hard, but thankfully the building done its job. I was able to fight these guys off, grab more potions, and get ready for day 100. The sun came up, these guys were still coming at me hard, but I was defeating them. I was taking them out. I was setting myself on fire as well, but I mean, that's just a little mistake. I probably should have showed you that. Oh, so embarrassing. Anyway, I was using the lava to kill them, but one of them made a good shot with a bow and knocked me off the tower, which was not good. There still were a lot of these guys, so I had to escape using the elytra. I then went to one of the turrets, loaded it up with more bullets to try and take out the few remaining zombies. Dude, this was sketchy. I kept on taking damage, but I kept on flying away, and eventually we were down to the last couple of mobs and last couple of zombies. It was crazy. I don't know how I did it, but I managed to survive. The last zombie was taken out, and then the last mob was taken out. It was a spider. He's coming up. He's around here somewhere. There he is. Yeah. Get out of my game, bro! But dude, we had done it. It was over. We survived the 100 days in this crazy .exe zombie apocalyptic world. It was nuts. Guys, smash a like rating if you did enjoy this one. Let me know if you want to see 200 days, but I'm gonna leave it there. Until next time, I'm out. Peace!